Earground Radio. New voices amplified.
Greetings and thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Earground New Voices Amplified. Today it's a beautiful day, it's a wonderful day. But yesterday it was a day that was filled with a lot of emotions. I'm sure that some people cried. I did cry. I shed some tears. Wadiwa Wepa Moyo, season 1, episode 10 was filled with so much emotion. I think I've never watched one single film that has so much emotion in one. And today, I have the privilege to be speaking to none other than Noku. Yes?
Hi.
Why did you not respond in your usual greeting? Is that how you greet people? Was that part of the script?
Gobuda when Tower is around.
Cool, cool. But was that part of the script? Was that in the script or is something that you came up with?
It was in the script actually, like yes, but I guess the way in which I said it is the one that just became unique to
Yeah.
me only.
Ah,
But that was part of the script.
great, great. And take us through. Your real name is Tadiwa Bopoto. And who's Tadiwa? Before we get to know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tadiwa Bopoto is the firstborn in a family of 4 children. I have 3 little brothers, and I'm the only girl. I grew up everywhere, literally. I grew up in Chitugwiza, Gweru, Blueo, and Harare. And I went to St. Dominic's High School, and currently I'm at MSU studying medicine.
Oh, what are you studying there?
Medicine.
Oh, so you're studying medicine. Wow, that's quite interesting. Very interesting that you're studying medicine. I mean, it's quite interesting because when I spoke to Biko, he told me that he's studying mining engineering, and I found quite interesting that he's into acting. And
Yeah.
wow, so acting and medicine. What's the chemistry? How do you balance the two?
Well, well, honestly, acting is just a hobby for me. It's just something I do on the side. Because medicine can drive you crazy. Medicine is so difficult. You need an escape.
Mhm.
And I haven't really had to choose between medicine or acting because we shot season 1 in January. We're on vacation and I wasn't in school, so it was sort of something I did during my free time. And yeah, these interviews are during the lockdown. So again, I'm not mixing medicine and acting. They're like two separate things. But most people don't know that acting is more of a hobby, just like how other people read books, read novels. That's acting for me. But most of my focus is actually in school, you
Yes.
know. So yeah.
Right, great. Stay tuned. We're coming back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us once more. Earground New Voices Amplified. I'm speaking there to, so far I'm still speaking to Tadiwa. We'll get to know a bit later on. She was telling us that she's studying medicine at Midland State University and acting as a hobby. But you do it so effortlessly. It seems as if you went for training. And was that your first film? Was that your first appearance?
Well, I've always been into acting, public speaking and all, but this was the first one that became this famous. So yeah, but I think it's a talent I was born with.
Right. But how was the first experience in front of the camera? Was it easy?
To be honest, for me it was really easy.
Wow.
I don't know. Like I didn't find it that difficult to be in front of the camera. It just came naturally, like you said. So I didn't find it really difficult. Although there's some scenes that were very difficult for me, like the one where I had to where Tawanda and Noku were having a fight and I had to slap him like that's not me. I'm this
You are not a mean
chilled.
person.
Yeah, I'm this chilled 24/7. I don't get angry and start being violent and feisty. So, yeah, that one was very difficult for me. But I guess that's growth. You get out of your comfort zone and you experience new things. And I actually then enjoyed it.
Right. And how did you get to be part of this production? Did you know anyone before, or it was, and you went for a casting call?
Well, it was more of a custom call, but yeah, because I didn't know the directors. But I knew Everson. Everson and I were friends from before. So when we met, they were like, "Oh, you're also here," type
Yeah.
of thing. But Everson is the only one I knew from before.
And you seem to have managed to create so much chemistry in the whole production with not just uh, Mantower, but with everyone. You know, you and Chido had a very good vibe. You and Biko had a good vibe. Uh, are you guys now friends, or is something that you had to really put up and make look so real in the production?
Well, Tapio and I clicked instantly. Like when we were told this is Tadiwa and this is Tapio, we're like, oh, so we almost have the same names
Yes.
and we're the same age. She's also in second year. We have a lot in common, so we easily clicked, which is something very rare because women are always like, huh,
Mhm.
kakuvairirana. But with Tapua, that didn't happen. Same as Dillon. Dillon is a vibe. Like he makes everyone around him happy. He's just so bubbly. So it's easy to get along with him. So it wasn't really hard to become friends with the other cast members. And even up to now, I talk to them almost every day. So I'm glad I made new friends actually.
Right. But did you think that this was going to be this huge a success as it is now? That after every single episode, you're getting at least 150,000 people watching it in 24 hours?
No, no, I don't think anyone anticipated it. And I think that's actually why everyone was so natural, everyone was so chilled. Because, there wasn't that pressure you could see, everyone is going to watch this. So that kind of helped us in a way because it was just, let's just do it. Let's just have fun. Let's just really enjoy. But no one knew. I guess God has his plans.
Yeah.
And yeah, but no one knew.
And talking about enjoying, did you enjoy being on set? Was it uh, a moment to enjoy, or it was something that you had to endure?
Uh, I enjoyed I enjoyed it, but it gets hectic because like Noku is in every single episode.
Yes.
So I had to be on set every day and sometimes would finish later than the others. So it kind of got hectic in the middle there, but we survived. It was mostly just good vibes, and everyone there is always encouraging, and you learn how to be a team player, honestly.
Right. And all of a sudden, you are this very famous person. And I suppose now when you walk on the streets, people respond to you. They know you. They want selfies. They want autographs. And how have this transformed your life? How has it changed? How are you handling that?
Well, Tadiwa is an introvert. I'm very introverted. I'm very reserved. I just want to be in my own space. So, yeah, that was a bit difficult for me to then open up to people and be open to people wanting to take pictures with you, wanting to talk to you all the time. But like I said, it's part of growth. You get out of your comfort zone. But yeah, sometimes I get really uncomfortable. Like if people come vakawandisa,
Yes.
I just then cringe. But if it's two people or just one person, also it depends on the approach. So yeah,
Right. And
I've adapted.
right. And from the whole season, what was the most highlight of the whole process? Which scene, which particular scene would you say this has left a lasting impression on you as a person?
I know I've talked about this before, but the scene where I had to. Okay, I love the whole of episode
Yeah.
4. Episode 4 was just it for me. Like the process of falling in love, doing all those things with your boyfriend, even the fights, because I think that's part of every relationship. I feel like that's the highlight, and I feel like that's when people really fell in love with Noku and Tawanda, and that's why when Tendai came, people freaked out because
Yeah.
the people had really began to love Noku and Tawanda. So, in my opinion, that was the highlight.
Wow. Everyone has fallen in love with you. People like you so much until the last parts of the season. I think some people were doing different. Um,
Yeah.
did you fall in love on set? Did
uh,
as in
what do you?
the like in terms of creating that chemistry on set? How much of an effort did it take for you? Is it something that you did effortlessly or you really had to stretch yourself? Because it looks so
Oh.
real. Like we saw you falling in love and we believe that you were in love, you know.
Well, there was a big difference between Tawanda and Tendai. With Tawanda, it was easy. Like I said, we were friends from before.
Yeah.
And as Tadiwa, I'm Team Tawanda. So with Tawanda, it was so easy. It was so effortless. But with Tendai now, I didn't know him. I didn't know him, and as Tadiwa, I know Aroyozo Jecha,
Yes.
but as Noku, you need to act like you're sprung and you're really into this guy. So the scenes with Tendai were a bit more difficult to act like you're in love,
Okay.
but I think I tried.
You did well. You did well. But has anyone
Thank you.
responded to you or reacted in a way that they are taking this whole drama as reality and they write to you in a certain way that you feel like, oh, look, but I didn't do that? Has it happened to you yet?
Yes, it actually happens quite a lot. Like if you see my DMs, people are like, "Ah, sorry, Tamantawa, zite we." And like, there's a difference between just a comment and someone really starting to dislike you. Like some things are getting personal. Like, "Ungasiye Mantawa, wewe. I hope Tendai breaks your heart." I'm like, guys, it's only just
It's only acting.
it's only just a film. Yeah.
Wow, wow. And when you guys finished the production, how did you feel? Now everybody's now going to their own places. Did you feel empty? Did you feel a sense of accomplishment?
Yeah, I felt a sense of accomplishment. I felt proud of everyone, and I was happy with the work that we did. Everyone really came through. Everyone really made and effort. And yeah, but when we went, we hadn't really watched. So when you guys watched, that's when we also started watching
Oh,
ourselves. So
nice.
then, yeah, that's when we were like, oh, so this is how it came out. Inga, we did well,
Yeah, yeah.
So most of the things were actually like later on where we would talk about it and then commend ourselves.
Great. And are we gonna see you abandon medicine or acting, or you gonna keep both?
Well, that's a tough one.
I hope
But
your
I
parents
would
are
never
not
leave.
listening. No, I'm joking.
I would never leave. I'd never leave medicine. It's either I'm going to balance the two, or I'm just going to concentrate on school. If acting gets too overwhelming, I'll just concentrate on school. So yeah, the plan was to then just be involved with like commercials that take a shorter time in shooting, so that I don't take a lot of time from school.
But is it easy for you to balance right now, school and work?
Well, so far so good, honestly. Because after the shooting, then there's nothing. So it's only school day. I've never been in a situation where I need to leave school to go for shootings and then come back while shoot and all. So I guess we'll just have to see. Cross that bridge when we get there.
Wow, great. And you achieved something, you inspire so many people, but there is possibly somebody who's watching them who has never had this kind of an opportunity, who dreams to become Noku, who dreams to become the person that you have built right now. Uh, what would you say to them? Possibly they don't have so much confidence. They don't have good self-esteem. They are maybe in some remote part of Zimbabwe, or maybe they're in one town, or maybe they are in one privileged neighborhood, but still they don't feel good about themselves, but they want to be in front of the camera. They want to become an actress. What would you say to them?
Well, I'll tell them that your dreams and your aspirations are very valid. Do not give up on your dream. Do not give up on anything you put your mind to, because honestly, we can be anything we want, but we just need to overcome that fear, like you said, or that low self esteem. And most of the things are within you. You just first need to overcome yourself. And literally, the sky is the limit.
Great. And Noku is, can we say Noku and Tadiwa, they have almost the same personalities, or how much of a difference are these two personalities? You've mentioned that you're an introvert, but can somebody relate to Noku the same way they relate to Tadiwa?
Well, in some ways, yes. But I don't know if Noku was bossy in like a subtle way.
Yeah.
That's how I am, because being the firstborn, you have to be, or else. Also, like I grew up with boys. I have three brothers, so it's either you sink or swim. So in that way, but I'm not as confused as Noku. Like I'm focused. I do one thing, one guy at a time.
Yeah.
I'm not as naughty as Noku. I wouldn't even dare to bring a guy into my parents' house. Like
Yeah.
never ever. So yeah, in some ways we're similar, and in other ways. Oh yeah, I used to find physics very hard in school as well.
Ah, okay.
If you remember in season one, in
Yes.
episode one, Noku was like, physics is hard. Like,
Physics is hard. So that was actually
yeah,
taken from your real life.
yeah, by coincidence, of course.
Oh, nice.
I
And
actually then told them.
okay, interesting. And your parents, how do they relate to your acting? Do they support what you're doing?
Well, initially it was just, oh, okay, you can go. My parents have always been supportive, but it's because they didn't know it would become this big, like Like I said, no one anticipated this. But
Yeah.
now that it's become this big and it's become so popular,
Yes.
they actually had to sit me down and remind me not
Okay.
to forget where I came from and not to avoid drama generally and to keep focusing on school, like not letting this popularity get to your head, because at the end of the day you're still Tadiwa, you're still Tadiwa Bopoto, and just
To their daughter.
remain who you were. Yeah, just remain who you were before, because not everyone has good intentions in this world. So just don't be blown by the wind,
Yes.
especially in the arts industry.
Wow, powerful. And talking about the arts industry, you worked with the legendary Ben Mahaka. I don't know if you had watched him during the 263 Studio 263 days.
Well, I was very young then, but I knew there was a Tombambo, but
Yes.
I didn't remember him.
Okay.
But I enjoyed working with him. He's very down to earth. You wouldn't think he's not pompous. He's so
Yeah.
down to earth, and he has really interesting stories.
Oh, right.
And yeah, he was actually helping us in some ways, because he has more experience than
Yeah.
us. So he was very helpful. I enjoyed the experience. He only came for a day though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all his scenes were done in a day.
It
So
is.
yeah.
That's quite interesting. Quite interesting. And also interesting that these scenes were captured at one house. It was one house that was used
Oh
to record.
yeah.
Wow. It
Yeah,
appears like two
they're
houses.
like there are a lot of things where people, if you guys are watching, you don't know, but we we know it was one house.
Yeah. Nice. And you also, your mother, Lee Makoni, she's a star. She's an
Yeah.
award-winning musician,
Yeah.
and she was your mother
Mhm.
there. How was it being a daughter to such a,
To
you know,
a legend. Ooh, it was so nice. Life gives you these opportunities without even thinking about it or
mm,
imagining that you would be rubbing shoulders with these big people one day.
yeah,
It was amazing, honestly. And again, she's a beautiful person inside and out.
yeah.
And we still communicate now. I always tell her I want to be in your music video.
Do
Just
you
look for
dance?
something I can do, because I can't sing. I can't dance. I can just be standing.
Cool. And what do you do? Say you're not on set, you're not studying, you have your free time. What does
Oh,
Tadiwa do? Love to do?
no. Well, Tadiwa loves charity work, actually. I am a volunteer for this organization called Heart of a Woman Trust, which visits prisons, especially female prisons, and provides sanitary wear, soap, and toys for the babies. Did you know that if a woman gets into jail, they go with their baby?
Oh, yeah. And if the
So
baby is
yeah,
born there, they keep them in prison too.
yeah, exactly. And that really touched me, because the baby is not going to get an exposure to a normal life, because they just grew up in a prison. And I love kids, honestly. I'm passionate about kids so much. So yeah, that's what I do. We go to Chikurubi
Yeah.
often.
Oh,
They
great.
probably know me there.
That's so great. So they know you already. They knew you maybe before you were big on screen. Maybe they're
Yeah,
not
it was
watching on the
before.
internet, but obviously some that got in now, they will definitely know you
They
by the time that you.
Yeah.
Yes. And your favorite color?
Um, right now it's blue. It changes, honestly. Right now it's royal blue.
What makes it change?
I don't know, actually. Like, I used to love pink. Can you
Yeah.
see my wall is
Yeah,
pink?
I see your wall is pink.
I used to love pink, and then there's a time I loved purple, and then I outgrew those. Now I love blue. It changes.
Wow.
It changes.
And somebody's asking, can Tadiwa or Noku be angry? Like, do you get angry at times? Because you seem a happy person, you seem jovial and soft spoken, but do you ever get angry in real life?
I don't remember the last time I got angry. I get upset, obviously, and then, I just keep quiet. Kunonzi kumudura. My mom calls it kumudura, but not like anger, like rage, seeing red. No, I don't. I'm usually like in my space that I don't find time to actually like disagree with people and then pick fights. No, I'm usually just alone.
Great. I know a lot of people are asking this question, but I know it's not a question. It's a question that should possibly be directed to the director. I'm going to speak to Debbie, but would you have an idea if there's going to be season 2?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm also waiting to be told, hey, come, we're now shooting season 2. Exactly what you said. I'm actually glad and now I think other people know that it's not us who are in charge of, the writing, the cameras, the
Yes.
castings. It's actually Debbie and the other guys. A lot of people think it's us, and it's really just fascinating. A lot of people don't know what really happens
Happens when it comes to
behind
production.
the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And talking about what happens behind the scenes and what happens in the film and creative industry, if you had a chance today to have a one-on-one with the Minister of Arts and Culture, I always ask this question, Kirsty Coventry, what would you say to her? What sort of message would you pass on to her in terms of what you hope to see change or happen in the arts scene in Zimbabwe?
Well, honestly, I don't know why there's this stereotype that the arts industry is for people who failed in school. It's for failures with the kana zvechikoro zvaramba. That's when you go and start acting or
Yes.
start singing. That has to be changed, honestly. I don't know how she can do that, but I know we can also help her, but it needs to change. And like, people think if a person says, I want to be a photographer, they
Yes.
think that's not a proper profession, because our society is so fixed on, if you're not a lawyer you should be an accountant. But the world is changing,
Yeah.
everything's now versatile, and people need to be taught that, especially in our societies, because yeah, people like undermine the arts industry so much, yet it has so much potential.
Wow, that's great. That's great actually coming from you, um, without, prejudicing, but as a young lady who's involved with social initiatives, but who's also studying medicine and is a creative, and you're giving that voice, and you're also changing that kind of stereotype that comes with uh, the industry of creative
Mm.
arts and the cultural industry. 5 years from now, where do we see you?
5 years from now, Tadiwa has graduated from med school, married.
Oh, nice. Is she attached? Is she
And
attached?
well, yeah, I have a boyfriend who's not Mantawa. People think Mantawa is my actual boyfriend, but no.
And how does your boyfriend
So
take
yeah.
this? Like, how did he relate to your role and everything?
Well, he understands, that it's my hobby. Honestly, you can't start dictating, because you can't do this because it's a hobby, and you're not like my dad, are you? So
I didn't see that coming, but yeah, I get you. Nice, nice. So 5 years, you graduated. You're now a doctor. You're now a wife, and
In relation to acting, I don't know, honestly. Like, I don't know what's the next step from here, because like I said, I never anticipated that I'd
Yes.
become like this popular, so we'll just have to see.
Uh, Great, great. And your last word to your fans, people that are watching, people that appreciate you.
I just want to say thank you for the love and support, and I hope you're keeping safe from this global pandemic. Remember to sanitize yourselves and your environment, and just hang in there. Everything will be okay in the end.
That's great. That's great. And I know there are a lot of people that are writing to you. Some are sending messages on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on different platforms. And it might be difficult for you to even respond to everybody. I
Yeah.
presume. What would you want to say to them? Because I've spoken to a lot of celebrities, I've spoken to a lot of popular figures, and they say, look, I don't want to seem mean, but I get so many messages. And at times I miss out on
Mm.
podcast, but at times some are just saying hi, some are just saying yes. What do I say? I'm not able to respond. But what do you want to say to everybody who's writing to you?
Well, I want to say thank you guys, honestly. And like you said, sometimes I don't get time to reply each and every one because it's just too many people. But I just appreciate the love because a person texts you when you really moved something inside of them or when they really like you. So I appreciate it. I'm going to try to reply most of your messages. But like you said, someone will just say hi, or the other time I was telling you, someone would just say, "Ah, so so now I need to explain, hi, it was just a film, or just go, pakaipa. But I appreciate it all, honestly. I guess it's one of the things that come with being a bit popular.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
great. And before you go, what kind of music do you listen to? Which artists are on your playlist right now?
Oh, I love South African music. I love South Africa in general. I don't know why. I even speak, Zulu, a
Oh,
bit
you
of
do.
Sotho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watch South African shows. I just love it, honestly. I love South African movies. I mean, I love some South African music. Moonchild Saneli is my favorite. A lot of people don't like her though. Do you know her?
Yeah, I know
I
Moonchild. She came
live
to
on
Zimbabwe
that tree.
2 years ago. Yeah,
Oh
she's
yeah.
wild, she's crazy, she's good. She puts
Yeah,
on this
she's a
blue hat.
vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. The moped. I
the
like her
moped.
so much.
Are we gonna see you with the
She's
moped?
such a vibe. No.
Cool, cool. But
So
I mean,
yeah.
back home, which artists do you listen to from Zim?
Winky D. Oh my gosh, I love Winky D so
Maninja.
so so much. I hope he's going to see this one day.
Ah, I'll send it
Ndichakutora
to him.
twenda tese ku area 51. Yeah, I love Winky D.
It seems like you can sing well. I'll send him this clip.
I can't sing. I can't sing to save my life.
Wow. I mean, when I send the clip to him, what would you want to say? What's your message to Winkity?
I want to say I love you so much. I am your biggest fan, and I just love how he's not like involved in drama, in like he's just so chilled, and I actually admire that. And his music is so good. It's so mature and it's so different. It hits different.
Great, great. So yeah, thank you so much. It's been awesome speaking to you there. So your inspiration you drew it from the South African acting scene. Any locals that have inspired you? I should have asked that, but it just dawned on me now.
I love Gonyet and Maggie. Those guys are really funny.
Last talk to
I
you.
guess they just inspire me. Yeah, Bastard. They just inspire me to just do what makes you happy. Like, it shows that they enjoy what they do. So that's really an inspiration to me. I thumbs up.
Great, great. Wow, Tadiwa, thank you so much, Noku. It was really nice speaking to you. It was quite uh, an interesting conversation. I learned so much from you, and it was fun. It was quite empowering to know the other side of you, the social side of you, uh, the medical side of you, and the fun side of you, and the favorite color being currently being blue. You said what? Navy blue, right?
Royal blue.
Royal blue.
You
Yeah.
know, there are all these blues.
Yes, it reminds me of Jay-Z when somebody said his suit was pink, and he said, "No, it's not pink." And
No.
he said, "Right, more of what? I don't know. There's some name that he gave to it," and I was like, "Wow,
Yeah, these colors are evolving as well.
that's true. That's true." And thank you so much. It's been great speaking to you, and congrats to you, and congrats to Debbie and the whole team, the whole production team that was involved in making such a success. I think this series was not only a success for you guys, but it was a success for the Zimbabwean film industry. You proved something new. You proved a lot of possibilities that it's possible to do even with the little resources that are there, but simply passion driven, driven by focus, quality production. You can actually achieve more. And I presume there's going to be 2, 3, 4 other new series from other people that have been inspired by what you guys have done. So in the next 10 years, we'll be making reference to this, and we'll be talking about this interview, saying, you remember that year when you're talking about this and that. So until next time, to everybody who's been watching, I'm sorry I'm not able to read all your comments, but definitely I'll pass on the comments to Noku. And stay tuned on Earground, New Voices Amplified. It's been awesome speaking to you. Until next time, this is it. My name is Plot. Thank you. So yeah,
Thank you for having.